Well, hello, and welcome to another 164 custom diecast workshop video. Going to show you just a couple things today, day after Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I had a good Thanksgiving. Had the in-laws over, and it was good. It was a good day. We deep fried a turkey and had a bunch of other food and pies and stuff, and yeah, it was a really good day. Very thankful for this year. It's been a tough year, as most of us have experienced with this COVID, and but nonetheless thankful. Thankful to be alive, thankful to have a life, thankful to have this great country where we can kind of pursue what we want to pursue, and to our heart's content, and just great. Just great to be thankful. So what I have in front of us today, I've got got this car ready as a Ryan Blaney 2019 Dickies car, and we'll get some decals here in the water that I've cut out. Just want to do a few of these decals on this car here on the video for you guys. And I also want to show you where I'm at with a couple other cars, Mr. MB and Mr. RA. You guys are the next four cars I've been working. I really, I have to be honest, I really haven't done much the last couple days since the last video I did on Wednesday. Yesterday was, I want to say, kind of a wash, but just the holiday and with people coming over, I really didn't do anything with my hobby yesterday. And today, being Black Friday, I was out and about running around. I was actually looking for some of these 2020 Mustangs as NASCAR Authentics, as well as doing some Black Friday shopping. And I couldn't find any. There's 3 Walmarts within about 15 minutes of our house. Yeah, it's the advantage of living here in Northern Virginia. And none of them had any Ford Mustangs. There was one Walmart had nothing. Another Walmart had one Chevy. No, actually, one Walmart had 2 Chevys. They were both Chase Elliott's. And then one Walmart had one Chase Elliott and one Dale Earnhardt Jr. car. And so I was bumming. I was hoping to get a Ford Mustang. But alas, it was not meant to be. So, anyways, I struck out there, but came back, spent some time with family this afternoon, and yeah, kind of came down here and started the video. So I really haven't done much of anything since Wednesday, and like I said in my last video, I need to kind of get on it with regard to these requests, since I have some that are wanting their cars by Christmas time. So, yeah. So, yeah, hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Got a chance to spend some time with family and catch up. Sometimes, I remember as a kid, Thanksgiving, man, we had a whole bunch of family in our house. My parents were hosters, and they liked people coming over and visiting, and my mom in the kitchen cooking, and my dad kind of manning the TV and making sure that the football game was on, or for the guys to watch the game, and yeah, always catching up with uncles and cousins and stuff, and yeah, it was always a good time. And of course, kind of strategizing a little bit too on what our hunting plans were, because in Pennsylvania the first day of buck season was the Monday after Thanksgiving, so we would talk about that as well, who's hunting where and all that. So yeah, Thanksgiving was always a lot of fun when I was growing up. Always enjoyed it, and really blessed. I meet people or have met people over the years with, I don't want to say dysfunctional families, but just broken families, and where maybe the father walked out, wasn't going well. The father left. Met somebody like that, and other times when just from a divorced family or just a separated family, and it's the holidays are tough when that happens, because typically you remember fond things as a child, and when you don't have those fond memories of holidays with family, or it's tough. The holidays can be very tough, but that's the blessing of God. God is the one who was the father to the fatherless, and a protector of the widows, it says in the book of Psalms. And he's the one that can take a horrible situation like that and turn it into a great situation. Those hard memories can be erased, and good memories can be made anew, made afresh. So, all right, so move on from philosophical stuff. Let me move up a little bit here, show you where I'm at. I got my dad's car is done over here. Here's this rock candy, and this car came out really well. I'm real happy with it. It's a little bit difficult around this area here. This here is one decal, all these dots across the roof lines, and you got to match up the yellow area and the orange with this decal here. This is always a little problematic because this is one decal, one up here, this big one here kind of wraps around and matches up here, so it's a little difficult getting that to line up. And it's the same thing on this side with the green. One decal, this is another decal, this is another decal. And then of course this is another decal across here. So all these little decals, you kind of have to get them to line up, and the micro sole is very, very helpful when you're working these types of things. So I've got 3 coats of sealer on this. I got to paint the spoiler black here, and that's pretty much it. Once I paint that black and put a couple more coats of sealer on it, it'll be done. This car, the Crest car, is just about done. I looked it up. The spoiler looks to be dark blue to match the body, so I don't have to paint the spoiler here. But I am kind of going back and forth on this, on these roof lines, because the roof lines are actually red. They're red up here. Now, I could do red, and it would come close to matching the C here. But then you see this down here on the front, and this is really not red. This is kind of like a, I think I said this before, it's like a burnt orange or a sunset color, a fire orange color. And so I'm debating if I should paint this red or I should paint it orange. Well, this burnt orange color. I'm kind of leaning towards this burnt orange, just so this matches, and this kind of edge of the C looks like it matches. And this Enos here orange. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. That's why it's not painted yet. So I'll still go back and forth on that one for a little while, probably. And then here's the Blaney Duracell playoff car from 2019. So you can see how I painted the spoiler there, lime green. And And I've got this front painted lime green across here. This is green. The last thing I need to do with this is, if you recall a few videos back, I got to put a wiper blade on this. This car was driven at the Charlotte Roval, I believe, and they had a wiper blade. And the thing about wiper blades, okay, so this is what, a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, I started trying to look for a wiper blade, a 1/64 scale wiper blade, because they only have one, right? They have a big one that kind of extends from the center, you know, up, and it kind of wipes the whole windshield when they use it. I'm not sure I've ever seen them use it, but actually they used it this past year at, maybe it was the Charlotte Roval this past year. They used it, it was raining. Maybe that was the Xfinity series. But anyways, so I was looking for these 1/64 wiper blades, and I really couldn't find them. Most of them were either integrated to the windshield, so it was like one piece, which, you know, that doesn't help me any, or it was like a completely flat a piece of metal. I actually bought some, and I decided not to use them. And so you may see here what I'm going to use and what I have been using. And it was kind of funny how I came across it, but it's a staple. So I take the staple and I paint it black, and then I trim it to the length that I need, and then I glue it on to the windshield. So I've already, so I've got just some staples here, and just break one off, right? It's pretty straightforward. And then I take my, I kind of bend it out like that, and I kind of take my my tweezers like this, and I use the gloss black paint pen, and I'll paint it. Painted this a couple days ago, so it's ready to go. And then I just trim it to size. So actually, I could use this. These got little wire cutters in there, so it's not too difficult. Okay, wherever you went, it's right here. Okay. So then I just put it on like that. So where I cut it, the tips are a little shiny. So I'm gonna get a little paint, and I'll paint those. And actually, I'm going to use this, because this tweezer here, because I'm going to use these other tweezers to do the... That's one thing you got to be careful with. Sometimes it's so easy to scratch the black paint that I just did. So, anyways. But sometimes what I end up having to do is actually paint it when it's on the windshield. So anyways, I'm going to paint this here. A little fuzzy on it. Okay. So then I take the smallest amount of glue. Smallest amount of glue here. Because it doesn't take much to hold that staple in place. Okay, let me move this over here. Put this up here. I don't want too much at all. And all I'm trying to do here is get it in the center. Make sure it's flat. Come on. I know this was over, it wasn't over the driver's view, right? So, come on. My tweezers are sticking to where I painted it. Yeah, so kind of like that. Just like that. So what do you think? It looks pretty good. I might have to touch up a little bit of paint on it, but I'll let the paint, or I'll let the glue dry, and then I'll put a couple more coats of clear sealer over the whole thing. And, well, I'll let the glue dry. I'll see if I need to touch it up with the black gloss. I think just a little bit, maybe. I see a couple little places where it might need it. And then, yeah, being very careful not to get it on the windshield, of course. And then once it's fully, the paint's dried, the glue's dried, I'll put 2 more coats of clear sealer, and Mr. R.A., you'll have your Blaney Duracell done. So that's how I do windshield wipers on these road course cars. Let me know what you do. If you guys are making cars and you've done the windshield wiper before, I'm curious to see if you've had success in finding actual windshield wipers that you can, place on a 164 car. And if you do, I'd be curious, to find out where you got them and how you, because I'm, like I said, I'm always open to trying something different, trying something new. This little staple thing has worked for me. It's not too complicated, and it gives that appearance of a wiper blade on these little cars. And it's a raised surface, and so I like it. Been doing that for the longest time, as opposed to like trying to draw or paint a straight line on it, or use a decal, even like a black line decal, across there, kind of like, taking something like this, this roof line here, like cutting that to length and putting it on the windshield. The staple actually has a little body to it, so yeah, that's my little trick for windshield wipers. Whenever I have to do them, so. Okay, what I did on this one, I don't know if you saw this, I didn't really show it much. But some of these big decals, especially these that are like all these multiple sponsor decals on the back, to get the decal to lay flat, I cut a little slit in here and a little slit in here where these trunk pins go or are. And that way the decal can kind of fold in around it a little bit easier, because there's a little cut there. So that's another little thing I'll do from time to time if I see it coming. All right, let's get some of these big ones on. List number 12 here. Yeah, Ryan had like so many paint schemes. And Lionel made a number of them. They made a number of his paint schemes, but of course not all of them. And I've got a couple Ryan Blaney collectors that like to get a lot of his paint schemes. So that's why you see me doing a good number of these Blaney cars. right. Sometimes get a little fuzzy on the windshield, or the hood here, before I get this Dickies on there. That's cool. It's always fun putting the larger decals on, you know. And I've said this a million times. I love putting the lighter colored decals on a darker car. That's kind of neat. So I just gotta get it centered here. There's a little line underneath this Dickies that runs across here. I think that's for the hood. So I just need to center it above those hood pins and into place. As the hood kind of scoops, there's a little bit of a scoop there. You'd see this little R for like a copyright label there. That's kind of funny being on these decal sheets, but sometimes I've cut them off and sometimes I just leave them there. It's not too annoying most of the time. Alright, there's a little Pennzoil that goes right between these. What do I got there? Big fuzzy. Right between those hood pins, like that. Yeah, we had deep fried turkey yesterday. That was awesome. I'm not a big turkey fan, but when I deep fried one years ago, wow, I became a believer. And one of the things that we've done the last couple years is I'll tell the girls, I'll say, hey, if you want to deep fry something before I dump the turkey in it, you know, it's got to, freeze it the night before. So Elizabeth froze about 10 Oreo cookies. And then, so yesterday, right before I put the turkey in, she had whipped up some batter. And we took those frozen Oreos, dipped them in the batter, and dropped them in the deep fryer. And, wow, you talk about delicious. Oh my gosh. I mean, you guys have been to like a fair where they have deep fried Oreos. That's exactly, I mean, we had the powdered sugar and all, We had those as kind of a little snack before Thanksgiving, lunch. Oh my gosh, those were fantastic. Deep fried Oreos. And yeah, I had to really restrain myself. I only ate 2 of them. I had a couple more later after Thanksgiving because we didn't eat all of them at once. But wow, absolutely terrific. We use canola oil. And if you've never had deep fried Oreo cookies, you are missing out. Fantastic comfort food right there at its best. And, whenever you do something yourself, it's always more fun. I mean, sure, you can go to a fair and buy them, buy 6 of them for probably, $5 or whatever. But when you make them yourself, that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. So, that was really, really good. So, it looks pretty good. Alright, I put these little side B-pillar decals in. Put these on. I wonder why NASCAR has gone to pretty much all of these B-pillars are black. They have like a black background color to them. I don't know why. I really don't. It doesn't, I don't say it doesn't make any sense, but I don't know why they've done that. You know, like on this Crest car and on this Rock Candy, you know, there's no black background. It's just the decals and just like a little strip, right? But on all of these most recent ones, maybe 2018, 2019, you know, 2020, they all have this. They're all like this black background thing, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of that. But it is what it is. I can't change it. So when I was out earlier today, I was at Walmart. Like I said, I went through a number of different Walmarts. And remember I had bought that blue chrome paint? Well, lo and behold, at one of the Walmarts, I just happened to walk by the automotive section. And I'll pull the camera back here just a little bit. And I found this. So this is the red chrome, you know, Rust-Oleum, custom premium chrome paint, colored chrome, red chrome. The cap looks a little weird. It looks almost like a, kind of like a rust color. But, you know, so when you look at the cap compared to what the actual printed label on the can looks, it looks a little different. But anyways, I'm really super excited to try this out. I'm not really sure which car I'm going to do it with, but you will definitely see within the next few weeks a special colored chrome, red chrome car. And yeah, I love the blue chrome, and I can't imagine this is going to be, I can't think that this is going to be any worse than that. So I'm real excited to do a red chrome car with this paint. It was, let's see, it was at Walmart. It was $7.24. So, yeah, I mean, that's not that bad of a price when you look at just getting a high quality paint. I think I said I paid maybe like $10 for the blue chrome at like an auto parts store. I think it was, yeah, AutoZone. But real excited to use to see this and to get it. It was, they only had one can of it, and so gonna have fun making that. So yeah, so that's what's going on, guys. Again, hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and appreciate you guys watching the videos. Hope again that they've been helpful to you. So God bless you. Have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.